Thanks for stopping by. Virgo, this is going to be your tarot reading for the month of August. I hope you're well and that you've had a good summer up until now. If you have a late August birthday, happy birthday to you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you would. Just hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the content. If you'd like a private session or reading with me, I've left all of my information in the description box below. So Virgo, as I was meditating on your energy, all I saw was the Hermit card of the Major Arcana, which is your card. In the Major Arcana, Hermit is Virgo energy. And I heard, Spirit told me, kept saying, repeating the word authentic, authentic. It would seem, Virgo, that I also sense that the journey has been long, but that you have reached a point in your life where you are authentically you. And that may sound like a simple thing, but we all know it is not, right? It is not. You are finally, completely, authentically you. The masks have been stripped away. Any personas that you've adopted over your lifetime to protect yourself or to survive, or, you know, we all do this. We all wear many masks because life throws us all kinds of curveballs from the time we're born. There could have been traumas there, issues around attachments, abandonments, whatever the case, betrayals, whatever the case may be. And even if your life was beautiful and you feel you have had up until this point a really beautiful life, it doesn't mean that you haven't worn different masks in order to please and appease others. And now, for whatever reason, all of those are gone. And here you stand, authentically you. And isn't that beautiful? Okay. So let's get some cards for you for August and see if they have anything more to say about that. Spirits, angels, guides. Any medicine for Virgo for the month of August? What does Virgo need to know for the month of August? There are Virgo friends out there. What do they need to know for the month of August? Angels, spirits, guides. What medicine do you have for Virgo for the month of August? Angels, spirits, guides. Any messages for our Virgo friends for the month of August? Oh boy. Okay. Angels, spirits, guides. Whoa, okay. Beautiful. Okay. First card up. Page of Cups. So Virgo, it seems as though perhaps this authenticity that you've now you've stripped away all of the false faces you've had to wear, all of the roles and masks and appeasement and pleasing that you've done up until this point. Now it would seem that with all of that removed, perhaps what you have found underneath all of that is this beautiful Page of Cups, which speaks to this inner child, this wonder, the very things that we lose as we mature, unfortunately. This curiosity with the world, this loving, open heart that living in the world can really close us down from. You know, you start piling up hurts and betrayals and lies and whatever may have happened, and we shut this part of ourselves down. Culturally, we don't really allow for adults to have childlike wonder and still be excited about life and curious. We kind of shut that down in each other, and it's really a shame. But it seems, and the energy that I'm getting from Spirit is that with all of the roles and masks gone, this is what you're finding at your core, right? How beautiful. With this comes major arcana. This is the sign of Cancer. So perhaps you have some water elements in your chart. The Chariot is victory. It's movement, and it is achieving a certain level of victory. Look close at this card. There's a lot going on, right? There's balance, right? There's balance with these two here. He's got his hand over his heart. He has the crescent moons on both shoulders. And you know, Cancer speaks to the ocean. Cancer speaks to the depths of our emotions. Cancer speaks to the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so, and you've got both of these are water elements. Cups is the element of water, and the Chariot is Cancer, a water sign. And so it would seem to me, Virgo, as an earth sign, that perhaps once everything has been stripped away, what you are finding about yourself is that you're a much more emotional being than maybe you've been allowed to be. Whether or not you, because of circumstance and people that you have been around, you haven't been able to be truly emotional and vulnerable and tapped into this more watery depth part of yourself, or you know, you've leaned more toward your earthy nature and wanting to provide and have a firm foundation and good income and a good career and all of that. And maybe you're at a place now where all of that has been attained, perhaps, or you're feeling good and solid and secure. And so that's, you don't have to worry about those realms as much anymore. And you are fully tapped into this more emotional part of yourself. Underneath all of that earth energy, it would seem that there's a much more emotional soul there, a softer presence, an emotional self that perhaps you haven't allowed in, or hasn't been, the circumstances in which you were living didn't allow for it, perhaps, and now they do. Followed by the Five of Wands. Yeah. You were defending. There was a defensiveness that you are coming out of. This speaks to having had to defend something. I think it was these softer parts of yourself, the softer underbelly of you, if you will. You were not allowing anybody into that. And now, for whatever reason, you don't have to defend. You don't have to keep the walls up around you. You're able to allow this softer side, vulnerability. You're allowing for some vulnerability to come through. And isn't that beautiful? And because of that, you get the Ten of Pentacles, which is on offer for you this month. The Ten of Pentacles is ultimate it's many layered. So first and foremost, it speaks to inheritance, a firm foundation, enough money in the bank that you are secure, safe. Like I was saying just a minute ago, you no longer have to work so hard every day. Perhaps you've retired now, or been able to retire early. You've gotten an inheritance. You've worked really hard and put all of this money away. And so you no longer have to, be in the grind anymore of day to day, working, working, working. The other, another level meaning to the Ten of Pentacles is about it's about legacy. It's about what it is you want to leave behind. When you are no longer here, what do you want to leave? It speaks also to generational healing. For me, that's what this card is about. Is that perhaps generationally you inherited something from a family line. Usually it's indicative of something something that was painful. And there's a real healing that you've been able to, maybe because you have built a firm foundation for yourself. Maybe this is the first time you feel like you have a firm foundation underneath yourself. And because of that, you're able to now stop having to wear all these different faces and masks and be somebody that you never truly were, but because you felt defended and it needed to not show your vulnerability, you had to wear all these other masks. And now you firmly, you are healed in some way, be it around security or stability. And so you're healing. So this is indicative of, it ends with you. The cycle of any cycle of poverty, any cycle of abandonment, any cycle of attachment issues end with you. You've done the work. You've built a firm foundation. You no longer have to toil. You no longer have to wear a false self, present false selves to the world anymore. You can be completely and truly and authentically you. Which, yes, the meditation, all I saw was the Hermit, the card of you, of wisdom, of having finally gained wisdom along this path, healing along this path, that you finally get to just be you. And discovering that just being you is this beautiful, watery, curious, fun-loving, sweet, kind human. Followed by the Ace of Wands. Aces are about new opportunities. And so this is a new passion coming through you. It's coming right up from the earth, right? And it is divinely given, right? When we no longer wear false masks and we are truly authentic, when we walk the earth as we are, no more hiding, no more pretending, no more appeasing. Beautiful things spring up from that. And from that is this beautiful new passion project, passionate beginning. What's coming through for me from Spirit is this re-engagement with who you are. You get to now sort of get curious about what it is that has always kind of set you on fire, but that you had to kind of tamp down because of life, because of whatever circumstances you were in, whatever led up until this point that made you have to wear false faces and maybe be somebody that you weren't. Now you get to sort of, with your Page of Cups, curiosity and your full authentic wisdom self, you get to kind of explore, or take August to really take some time to figure out, like, yeah, what really at this stage now in my life, what really speaks to me? Where am I going as me, as authentically myself? It looks like any number of passionate pursuits are on offer for you. Final card up, Major Arcana. This is the card of Taurus. This is Earth, right? So there's a little bit of, so there is one little element here. So the Hierophant traditionally speaks to government, organizations, institutions, culturally accepted ways of being in the world. This can be indicative of lawsuits, divorces, those things that go through legal channels, traditional channels, court channels. So there may be something around this going on for you. It can also speak to values and those things that give your life structure. So perhaps because you've lived under one, because of this false identity, for lack of a better way of putting it, that you've lived under, perhaps you inherited a whole bunch of values and values that maybe weren't yours. Maybe they came from family, or they came from whatever environment you've been living in, the people who've been around you for this past bunch of years, decades, whatever it may be. And maybe now or in August, you're being asked to reevaluate. What is it that you believe? Now that you are authentically yourself, Virgo, what do you believe? What brings value and meaning to your life? What structures are meaningful? As we look around and the storyline, hundreds of years of storyline are collapsing around us, and the values of our current society are collapsing. What do you hold of value? Is there anything in it that you want to keep or not? How wonderful to be able to spend some time investigating. There's a lot of energy here of newness and creativity and curiosity around, now that you are authentically yourself and the true you is here front and center. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? What lights you up? What passions speak to you? What values and structures do you want to implement in your life? Are there ones that were never yours, and it's time to let them go? Now that you are no longer defended, now that there is nothing that needs your defensiveness, you no longer have to be someone you aren't. You get to explore all of the beautiful things that make you, you. Wow. That is, I suspect that August is going to be an incredible journey for you, and one so worth taking. This is your fool's journey. And that is every fool's journey, right? It's sort of, we start in a place where we become somebody we're not quite sure at a later time that that's really who we are, that we've been molded and shaped by things out of our control so often, right? And so the journey is about coming back to oneself. No greater journey. Nothing, to my mind, there is nothing else worth our time and effort. Virgo, enjoy this exploration. I can't wait until September, until we see maybe where this is bringing you. Have a great August, And I look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you for stopping by.